If you sell digital products or you take donations, you need a form that allows your users to do that more effectively. And in this video, I'm going to talk through Zoho Forms in a brand new feature focus on how you can take either variable payments or you can take things like recurring payments. So for a long time, I tried to build a digital product business and I tried a whole bunch of platforms, like there's one called Samcart and it's about $80 a month. Okay, so that's about $120, $130 for me as an Australian. And then I also tried looking at other products like Thrivecart, which has a more of an upfront model, and it's $700 a year, again US, and then maybe a little bit each month. And yes, there's other things that those platforms do, such as ongoing email campaigns, and you've got landing pages and all the rest. Now, I'm a big proponent on building for the future and building into a platform like Zoho where you can do quite a lot of stuff. So in this video, we're going to delve into just Zoho Forms. Now, you can just buy Zoho Forms or you can get Zoho One and then you can go to your heart's content and build a ton of stuff. But let's just dive in for Forms for now. Okay, so I'm on Zoho Forms website and we can see, it's a form software. They've got a whole bunch of, like marketing materials, etc. But what I want to do is just quickly go to the pricing. So on the pricing, you can see that you can get it for free. You can use with one user and 3 forms, and you can have 500 submissions per month. So we've got the ability to do some things like, we can connect the payment gateway if you go to the basic plan, which is at $15. And we can see here the payment gateway, which would either be using Stripe, PayPal, Zoho have their own thing called Checkout. And we'll just look through a couple of those items today. Now, I am using Zoho One. So that means I've got the full enterprise version, all features included in Zoho One. So that's what we'll look at today. So I've created a order form here. Now, sometimes when you sell a digital product, you might sell something like a cheat sheet. You start off with maybe a free download for a checklist or something. And then you say, all right, we'll get my blueprint for $10, $5, $7. And there are a lot of people making a lot of good money selling products digitally over the internet. And so what I'm saying is you can do that without having to get all the fancy tools that they have. Now, there's a few technologies that are actually involved here. You've got a landing page, you've got a form, there's a cart or a checkout procedure, and then there's marketing automation system behind the scenes. And usually that all needs to tie into some form of CRM. If you get Zoho One, you get all of those things. You don't have to worry about all these separate tools. You've got landing pages, you've got analytics and metrics, you've got forms, you've got chatbots, you've got everything you could possibly need to build the business that you are wanting to build. So in this form, I've just created a cheat sheet order form. You've got the email, the phone, we've got email address, we've got the actual physical address. And again, with all of these, you can do things like making things mandatory. Let's just say we want to get the physical address if we're going to post something out. And then what we can also do is have a allowed countries. So you might limit it to certain things. And you've also got address validation, which is a new thing. You can put in Google Maps, but you need an API and there's a certain number of tokens and you have to pay for it. So you can use Zoho Maps, which is included in the plan, and it will automatically fill based on, say, for example, the street address. So I start typing 123 Smith Street or whatever, then it's going to automatically populate those address options. There might be a Smith Street in Brisbane, in Townsville, somewhere else in the world, and it will allow me to filter down to that one. Okay, so let's hit save. I can also make it mandatory. Now, particularly early on in a business, I really like to leave an area for comments because you never know what someone's going to ask for, and it might give you your next product idea. So it's always good just to have a comments box. And then you can see down here, I've got pay what you like. Now, this, believe it or not, is actually hard to do. If you don't have the right systems in place, it's very tricky to offer a variable amount without delving into the world of payments and going through a whole bunch of different applications to try and get there. Zoho makes it really easy. I can just click in here And we can see we've got one time or we've got recurring. Now, recurring is a brand new feature, and that's what sparked this video for a feature focus, because there's just so much in Zoho, particularly now they're rolling out features all day, every day, and it's really hard to keep up with. So I'm starting just to focus on the feature rather than the whole platform demo. So anyway, we can see there's payment processing method for Zoho Forms. Now, when I select this one, it's going to ask how I want to do the payment. So you've got Stripe checkout, Stripe, PayPal, etc. So I can select those. And at the moment, I've got this one configured. Now, if I select recurring, it's going to delink this. So let me just show you this for now. We can see that it's a Zoho checkouts payment gateway. So Zoho still uses Stripe, but it's the app layer over the top that helps you configure how things should run. So I'm just going to click edit. And then we're going to see that I've selected that it's Stripe, or you can let them select all gateways, and so they can pick if they want to pay with Stripe or with PayPal. I've mandated Stripe here. I've selected my currency. In here, I've selected the an amount range, or you can have autofill from a form field. So I might have a calculation in the online form and then a total. So do you want package A, B, and C? If yes, then you can put the price down the bottom. So, package A, there might be $5 each. They want A and B, it's going to be $10. It's going to total to $10. If they want A, B, and C, well, it's obviously going to total to $15. You put whatever price, you put whatever products, you create a formula field that totals that up, and that's the amount you can charge. So you can do literally anything. And so I've put in here an amount range. So let's just say, if I'm going to take a donation, I don't want to take any less than $2, because after you've got your platform costs, your credit card charge fees for Stripe are, for most on average, is about 30 cents plus 1.75% of the transaction value. If you charge any less than $2, you may as well not bother. You're not really going to get anything. So you want to put a minimum amount in there. You can't really put zero. I think the minimum actual transaction that you can do in Stripe is $1. So it just needs to be more than that. I've put 7. Let's just say in this scenario, I'm selling a digital product and I want to sell a product for at least $7. I'm asking for 10. You can go down to the minimum if you want, or you can pay as much as you like. If someone feels like they're going to get real value or they like what I'm doing, they can pay $50, $100, $150, whatever. I'm leaving it open for the person to make that decision. And yeah, sure, most people are going to pay the minimum, or many people will choose to pay the minimum. But if you are delivering value in the marketplace, and in this scenario, I'm approaching it as a creator, someone who is creating content like this for an audience that is hopefully deriving value, and that maybe want to support me because I'm supporting them with good content that's helping them to grow their business. So if I allow it to be open, then I can make more than the $7. If I'm asking for the 10, it's not unreasonable. Someone might just give me the 10. Instead, I'm allowing them the choice to pay more. All right, so that said, here in the customer information, in order for Stripe to make a transaction, you need the first name, the last name, and the email as a minimum. And here we're filling it in from the form fields. So we've created those fields on the form itself, and now we're just using merge tags to fill out the information that's going to go over to Stripe. Then if you like, you can add some extra shipping and billing information if it's important to you. But I'm just going to hit done here. And now I'm going to hit save. And we have our automatic pay what you like field. Someone fills out the form. Let's go and preview this form. Okay, so we can see I've put, I can put a style behind it, so I can make it look fancy. Let's go down here. I like this one. And once I've chosen that order form, we've got name, we've got phone, we've got email, we've got address, and we've got comments and checkout. Okay, so we hit submit, pay what you like, and hit submit. Okay, the preview gives you what it looks like. And so now we're going to access the form. So when you access the form, you can see here now there are less fields available. Here we go. So and we've got the pay what you like, and we can see that it says $10, minimum amount is $7. So we're telling the customer, yes, you can pay $7 if you like, but we're asking for 10. Or pay more if you want. Maybe we can put some extra details in there on that form. We've called it pay what you like. Maybe we can put a little bit of text above it. So all we would do here is I would use a description field. Let's go looking for a description field. Okay, so you've got this instructions and it says description. So if you like, you could even put a video in there and ask on the video, but you might just want to say something like this. So I'm just going to click in here. Now I'm about to use Whisperflow, and I'll leave a link to this in the comments. But basically I'm going to speak to my computer and it's going to write the content that I want to say. Hey, thanks for your interest in our workbook. As a creator, we work really hard to create things that help you in your business. Now, I'm offering for you to pay what you like. You can pay as little as $7. I'm asking for at least 10. And if you like, you can pay a little bit more. It helps creators like me build great content to help you. Okay, so I've just released that, and you can see that the AI has just created that little text and it's put it in there, and it took me about 30 seconds to say instead of me trying to type it out. I would probably still recommend rereading it, but I tell you what, it makes it so fast and easy to write, it's ridiculous. Okay, so that's done. Let's hit done here. All right, that's saved in here. Now let's access the form again. I'm going to go and create a new one. All right, so the form has loaded, and we can see as we scroll down here, hey, thanks for your interest in our workbook. As a creator, we work really hard to create things that help you in your business. So we can see here, we've explained that field. Yes, I've got the simple text there. We can go back here and do some editing. We can make it a bit larger. We can do bold. We can do all sorts of things. So whatever you like, if you want to add a video in there to give some interest, if you want to have an audio embed, which just sort of says, maybe you want to read it out. Maybe if you have a vision impaired audience, they can play and listen to you speak. Or potentially you just want to build that relationship. Let's say you have a podcast. Maybe they want to see you or they want to hear you. Whatever you think is going to help them get to that level. Okay, so we talked about this one as a pay what you like. Now we do have the ability to do recurring. So let's go into this one now. We're going to hit configure. Yes, that's going to delete our current one. Now, what we need is the publishable key. Now, I'm going to go into that in this video because it's a little bit codey and I'm going to have to blur a lot of the screen because there's some things that I don't really want to show. But basically, a publishable key, and it needs your secret key. You actually need to keep secret because if someone gets that, they can hack your system and maybe take money or intercept money from your Stripe account. So make sure you never show that on screen. But you need your publishable key and your secret key. Once you have those, you also need pricing plans set up within Stripe. Then you can select your pricing plan and say, for example, it's $5 a month, $10 a month, $500 a month, whatever. Then you can select that pricing plan and then add it in here. And then we're just going to hit done. Obviously, you would grab all the information. So customer information, we'd grab it from that email. It's that merge field just again. Then we've got the first name or last name, and then you've got the address, etc. So if you want to take payments without paying for some really expensive platform, then you can build it in Forms, in Zoho Forms. Now, I haven't shown you how to actually deliver the digital product, so let's do that now. All right, so let's go over to the settings. Now, I really like going into the settings because, generally there's more features in these software programs that you just don't know of if you're not going through the settings to figure out how to use it. Okay, one of the first things you should be doing here is making sure that your form redirection is going to something that continues the sale. So after you complete the form, don't just get the boring "thanks for you've completed the form" page. You need to send them to a website with a video a thank you page, a something that says, now that you've bought that, now do this. Maybe it's the next online form that you can sell or product that you can sell through online forms. Maybe there's a chain of things, whatever it is. Make sure you create that environment where once they're constantly tripping over the next thing in your brand. So you've got redirect to, and then you put the URL of the thing, or it's another form, or it's the same form. And so same form might be if people need to fill out successive forms for, maybe they're filling it out for themselves and their children because they're going on a holiday and they need to book spaces or something. Or another form, all right, you filled out that one, now we want to upsell you to something else. Or website, hey, thanks, go to the podcast, go to the website where you thank them and then sell them other things, for example. All right, so then you've got open in your window parent. That's if you're embedding it. You can pre-fill values and you've got a splash message. I like to just say thanks, received, just so that there's something that indicate, oh, that is actually gone through correctly and now I'm heading off to the next page. All right, so let's hit save on that one. Actually, just for the purpose of this, we don't need to fill it out. The next thing you need to look at is your email. So if you have a digital product that you're selling, you need to deliver that product. So you can do that in a couple of ways. You can email it. So let's go configure, and we are going to put in the client email. So we have a field in the form called email, and it is going to be the field that they've completed before they submit the form. So as soon as they click submit, it gets saved, the payment gets collected, the email is preloaded with this address that's in their form, and then you could say something like, thanks for submitting. Or maybe that's a little bit submissive. Maybe just thank you. All right, so we're going to go to the advanced editor. Now you can create from scratch or you can choose a template. So these templates are relatively new, and you can make a more beautified example of the email that you want to send out. Let's just say, let's select this one. And maybe instead of all of this, I'd like to change some of the text here. And instead of book now, I'm going to say download now. So if I click into there, you can see I've got the URL. So maybe if I've got a Canva link, or if I've got a WordPress link, if I've uploaded it on my website, I can paste it in there. You can also change the color of the button. Okay, so make it green. Oh, that's the background, but we've got the button itself. Here we go, color. Let's make that one green, and then the background, let's make that black or dark blue. But yes, we've changed the color. You can change the text. We can edit spacing, colors, all that sort of stuff. And then you would probably want to keep this. You can unsubscribe or update your preferences. You can also do things like make sure they've got the OTP when they complete the form. And then if we scroll down here, this is where we go include file upload attachment. So that is where you could do the PDF. So you've got two. You've got the link in the email. You've got the PDF attachment, just in case it doesn't load or they can't find it. And then you've got, when you go attach form submission in PDF, you can send them back what they sent you, what they filled out in the form, so they know what they filled out to get it. All right, so that is how to email the content back to them. Now, I would think of the whole journey and I would map it out on a piece of paper or on a flow diagram type of thing. And basically, your client comes to maybe their social media. They click a link. They go to a landing page. Landing page has a bit more information about what it is that you're selling and why they should buy it. Then they click on the form. And in the form, they order, they put their details in, they go pay what they like, they hit send, they get the email. This is the email. They get redirected straight away to another page, which is another upsell or another, maybe like a thank you page or what to do next. And as soon as they've submitted that form, they get an email. Ideally, you want to make it so that you get an email so you know immediately you can pick up the phone and start talking to them. And then you want to create a email sequence, right? You can put them into Zoho Marketing Automation. You can have them go into your CRM, and you can then start building that relationship with them over time. So thank you for watching. That's all for today. Please give us a like and a subscribe. Let us know what you thought in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next Feature Focus.